All right, everybody. This is Mike Volkin with Freelancer Masterclass. We're going to wait for a few more people to join, but today, basically, we're talking about the benefits of freelancing. I'm adjusting my camera a little bit, but yeah, I'm rocking it. Today's my birthday. I'm rocking my Genesis T-shirt because I love Phil Collins at Genesis. And today we're going to go through some of the. Let's see how many tips I've written down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 9 or 10 different things that you should know about becoming a great freelancer and why freelancing is so great in this day and age. And maybe if you are a freelancer and you just don't know yet, a lot of all the benefits, maybe this will help you take advantage of some. But if you want, go ahead and type into the chat box and ask me a question about freelancing, or maybe piggyback on what I'm saying about freelancing and how great it is. Now, keep in mind, there are some drawbacks too, but honestly, there's a lot more benefits, and I do it full time. So I should tell you the good stuff that goes along with freelancing. Thank you for joining me live, by the way. Let's wait. I know there's a lot of people who emailed me, asked me if they could join this week because unfortunately they're out of work temporarily and they want to know about freelancing a little bit and they have no idea. They've heard about it, but they have no idea what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive into the first one. Oh, by the way, let me just address right off the bat. I'm not shaving. I am not shaving this whole time, being home sequestered. So my nice tidy beard you usually see is now, who knows when this is over, I might look like Santa Claus. So, but anyway, so why is freelancing so great? All right. So the first thing, let's take the most obvious: no commute and no dress code, right? Obviously, I can't go into an office with a Genesis T-shirt and a sport coat. I don't know what this is, like microfiber or whatever, but it's comfortable. But I can't go into the office looking like this. But I can wear whatever I want. Look, I don't even have pants on. I mean, I have these sweatpants. I have these sweatpants. I don't put on pants to go to work. So it's great to be able to have that flexibility to be able to do something like that. Okay. Let me just check the comments real quick. All right, so we still have some people joining, so I'll address comments later. In addition to no dress code and no commute, something that is really beneficial and the biggest myth out there about freelancing is that that there's no job security. But in fact, with freelancing, there's more job security. Just look at all the people that are getting laid off now. We have, 6 million people filed for unemployment the last couple of weeks. I mean, that's historic. That is crazy. And you might think, Mike, how is there job security in freelancing? Well, if you lose your job having a regular salary job, you have one client, you have one company you work with, and when that job is done, whether it's your fault or the company's fault or economics fault, you're out of a job 100%. But in my case, if I have a dozen clients and 3 of them or even 6 of them put my contract on hold, if they do, they haven't. But if they do, because the economic crisis, I still have 6 sources of income. That's huge for freelancing. So why would you not want to freelance, even if it's a side hustle? Okay. So having multiple clients is fantastic as a freelancer, because if you lose one, it's only a small portion of your income, as opposed to being a salaried employee. You lose one and that's 100% of your income. Okay. Freedom to choose your own clients. That's huge. Okay. When I first started freelancing, and I bet many of you are experiencing this, you just took whatever job, even if it wasn't, you really knew how to do it, but you took whatever job came to you. All right. That's not what you want to do as an experienced freelancer. Usually freelancers who charge more than $50 or $60 an hour, or sometimes $80 an hour, they'll pick and choose what clients they want because they have a full book of clients. So at a corporate job, you don't have that ability. Your boss tells you, I'm moving you into this position, or I want you to do this project. And it's like, has no interest to you whatsoever. But guess what? For the next week, months, year, you're working on that project, whether you like it or not. And you know what? Having a career, I mean, that's like spending most of your day at your job. And it sucks if you're spending your life doing something you don't want. But as a freelancer, you don't have that problem. You get the freedom to choose your own clients. Okay. And if you're just joining us, we just had a whole slew of people joining us. We're streaming live now on Instagram, YouTube. If you have a comment about freelancing, just put it in the chat box. But I'm talking about why freelancing is so great, especially in this age of this pandemic. Okay. So I just talked about no commute or no dress code. You have multiple clients. So if you lose one, you're still in business, you're still making money. And I've also talked about the freedom to choose your own clients. But now, as a lot of you Americans and people all over the world are experiencing, another benefit is the location is very flexible. So now many of you are working from home for the first time, and you understand it is a little difficult to work from home. There are some nuances there you have to get used to, separating your work life from your home life. But as a freelancer, we're kind of used to working from home. So I was just, well, I don't want to say just, but last year I was in New Zealand for 3 weeks. I've been, I don't want to say all over the world, but I've been to my share of countries, and I've never lost a billable day of work. I'll work whenever I want. I go explore with my wife the hiking trails in New Zealand during the day, and then at night I'll go bang out some billable hours. So that's the way freelancing works, and you're not tied to an office. You don't have to ask for vacation time or fake cough. I'm sick, and then go take a day off. You don't have to do that as a freelancer. Okay. Now, the reason why many people become freelancers is their opportunity to earn a lot more money. So, for example, when I was in a salary job many years ago, I had a set salary, right? Let's just say for the sake of round numbers, it was $100,000. That really only equates to $48 an hour. All you have to do, if you want to know what you're comfortable to them, and if you think about it, $48 an hour is nothing. Right now, I'm billing at $190 an hour. So how many companies out there would pay a marketer like me $190 an hour full-time work? So your ability to work as a freelancer full-time and the ability to work with a lot of different clients at once it's fantastic to have that variety. At one and in the morning at 1 hour, I could be working on an e-commerce site, and on the next hour, I could be working for a SaaS company that I software as a service. Or a content site. I have a whole variety of clients. So I have that flexibility, and I can earn whatever I really want to. There's no limit. Okay. And the ability to pivot is huge. So let's say that I've been focusing on SEO this last year, and now I want to pivot more into marketing strategy. I can do that just by saying it's time to pivot. And I don't have to run it up the boss. I don't have to make a memo. I don't have to make a report. I don't have to justify it to anybody. I just pivot. I just make the decision and I go after it and I pivot. Okay. Another benefit to freelancing is the ability to create value and sell a company. So I've done this 4 times, right? So you build up all this clientele, you create an agency. The agency becomes something bigger than you. You're not the brand anymore, your agency is. And then you build that up and you sell it. I haven't sold an agency, but I've sold other businesses. But you can create something and sell it. Now, agencies usually go for anywhere from 3x to 8 or 10x multiple, which basically means whatever you're earning for the year, multiply that 3 or 5 or 10, and people will buy it for that amount. So imagine having a company with $100,000 a year in revenue, which is small for an agency, right? And then being able to sell it for a lump sum of $300,000 to another person. Okay. So you have that ability. You don't when you work for somebody else. In fact, you're creating value for someone else. You're not even building your own. So one time I built a fitness company. It was just a product, and I sold it 2 years later for 6 figures and all cash. And it was great because it was just a multiple of whatever. And I was pulling in a salary the whole time when I was building that fitness company. So when you build something of value for yourself, you can then sell it to somebody else for a multiple of whatever that value is. So think about that as a freelancer. How can you productize your service? How can you turn it into an agency and sell it for multiple value? Hi, Cheaton. I hope I said your name right. Welcome. Thank you for the comment. That was nice of you. And so today we're talking about why freelancing is so great. And yes, to thwart any of your comments, I haven't shaved, and I refuse to shave until I'm done with home sequestering. So maybe this time next month, you'll see a full Santa Claus beard on me. But we're talking about why freelancing is so great today. And I want to talk about 2 more things real quick. Number 1 is the ability to become a better human. Okay. And this kind of goes into the second part is the flexibility of doing what you want. So my last tip is basically becoming a better human, right? So in a corporate office, I go to work at 8 and I'll come home at 5. When I'm freelance, and hopefully I can fit in a workout in between there or meditate or whatever, what I do on a daily basis. But when I'm working from home, I might go at 10 a.m. to go to the gym. I might go back to work. I'll go and play tennis in the afternoon. I'll go back to work, so I can do more of what I want when I want. So I'm dictating my own life and my own desires and my own goals. Okay. So those are some of the great benefits to being a freelancer. Let me just recap them all for those of you who are just joining us. In the meantime, you can ask any questions you want about freelancing. First of all, I said there's no commute or no dress code. There's multiple clients, so losing one isn't a big deal. Okay. You have the freedom to choose your own clients. which is huge because you can work with who you want to work with. The location is flexible. You can work anywhere in the world. You have the opportunity to earn whatever you feel that you deserve that you can earn. All you got to do is put your mind to it and earn. You have the ability to pivot. So if you want to work on something now and then change your career later, you could do so just by changing your desire to do so. You have the ability to create value and sell. If you want to turn your freelancing into an agency and sell that to someone later on for multiple of what you're earning, that's great. You can do that. And then lastly, just to become a better human, work out when you want, meditate when you want, play sports whenever you want, and just work whenever you want. So you're dictating your own life. So those are some benefits to becoming freelancer, especially if you're temporarily or permanently unemployed right now. It's time to get into freelancing. And how do you do that? The lowest hanging fruit is just to sign up for the sites like Upwork.com, the biggest one. Golance is a new one that's making a lot of waves in the industry. Freelancer.com, Guru.com. I don't recommend Fiverr. Everybody who is following me knows I don't like Fiverr. So hopefully they'll reach out to me one day and say, why don't you like Fiverr? But based on what I know about their customer service, they could care less about what people think. Yeah, I'm being a little vicious towards Fiverr. But at any rate, those are the reasons why I think you should become a freelancer. And I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining me live. Talk to you soon.